Welcome to Songs from the Summerhouse, number 20. As it's number 20, let's talk about trains. Trains in songs. I watched Carl Perkins and Friends live concert recorded in 1985 with Clapton and the Stray Cats and George Harrison and Dave Edmunds and a load of other people. And it was a very good program, and they played the song Mystery Train, and I thought, hey, that's a really cool rocking version. So I'm going to play a version of that later too. But I sort of delved into the history of it, and it was written by a guy called Junior Parker. Junior's Blue Flames he was under. He had a guitarist called Matt Guitar Murphy, who you may recall from the Blues Brothers film. He was the guitarist in that. I'm not sure he was the guitarist on this, but he was in the band. So Junior Parker wrote this, and he, in the tradition of a lot of blues players, he wrote it with the rhythm of the trains. The trains are very important in blues songs, because blues players would do a thing like, even when they were just acoustic players back in the early 20th century, late 19th century actually, they would jump on trains. It would be called riding the blinds. So you'll see that term. Sometimes you'll see riding the blinds or ride the blinds. And riding the blinds was the carriage would be open because it had no stock in it. So the sliding doors would be open on the side. And the musicians and hobos and travellers and all the rest of it would run alongside the train, jump up, help each other up onto the train, and you very, very cheaply be able to go from one city to another or right across America by just jumping on and jumping off trains without tickets. That's riding the blinds. Obviously a lot of songs were written then in the carriages, because there's nothing much to do when you're travelling hundreds and hundreds of miles. So they would write and play songs, and they would use the rhythm of the train wheels and the clattering on the tracks to inspire the songwriting. So Junior Parker, I don't know whether he rode a train, but he certainly will have listened to one or listened to records inspired by one. His original version of Mystery Train kind of goes a little bit like the guitar part. All the instruments play some sort of rhythm of the train, but the guitar kind of goes. So you get the idea, you know, if someone's doing that and then someone else is going, then you get this kind of chugging along kind of rhythm. You can dance to it, you know, it's cool. So he wrote that, and his producer was Sam Phillips, because he worked at Sun Records, and Sun Records is obviously where Elvis comes from. He was produced by Sam Phillips. Lo and behold, Sam Phillips suggested that Elvis record Mystery Train. Scotty Moore, who was Elvis's guitarist at the time, thought, well, we could change it a little bit, you know, let's not have this, because it might not relate to the sort of country and white kind of audience that they were playing for, really. So he sort of pinched, I think it was the B-side, or it was another song anyway, called Love My Baby by Junior Parker, which kind of had a little bit of slapback echo, which I've just put on, and it kind of goes, sound a little bit more sort of early Elvis there. If only I could play that slightly more. So yeah, they decided to do a version like that. I'm going to do a slightly rockier version, and I'm going to put some reverb on it. Just gives it a little bit of that. And there's a sound that you may hear, well, you will hear, I'm sure I'll remember to do it, which is this sound. Which basically, that's spring reverb. I showed you the spring reverb at the start of doing all these a week ago or so. And the spring reverb is springs. You send the guitar electrical current down the springs and they reverberate basically. But if you kick it, you wobble the springs against the casing, and you get that wonderful thundery sound. So yeah, I'm going to do a version. Rockabilly people, don't kill me. Take a ride, 16 coaches long. Take a ride, 16 coaches long. But that long back train took my baby and it's gone. Train, coming right around the bend. Train, coming right around the bend. Well, it took my baby and it's sure gonna do the same again. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow for number 21 in the series.